What's going on, everyone? Henry Kaminski here, the brand doctor, with another YouTube video for you today. Today we have a question from the audience, don't we?
Yes.
Okay.
Simon Cupper from Instagram asks, how do you balance work strategy and tactics?
Okay, so this is a super good question. Big shout out to Simon. I told you I would create a video for you, brother. So here's what we need to pay attention to, guys. When you're creating your business and building it and growing it and expanding upon it, we really need to not get too far away from our strategy, our end goal, right? Our vision, our mission. 9 times out of 10, and I'm guilty of it as well, we get caught up in the day-to-day, and it's the tactics, right? It's the responding to the emails, it's prospecting, it's going to events, right? We get so caught up on this stuff, we forget to pay attention to the tasks that really move the needle in our business. So we really need to pay attention to the strategy. In my personal opinion, 80% of our success comes from psychology and our mindset. 20% is literally how to do it.
Yeah.
It's the tactics, it's the tactical things, it's the execution. So that's why when I'm working with my brand accelerator clients and we're going through our work sessions together, I always tell them, if we don't do this foundational work first, how do we know what products and service to give them? Mm-hmm. Like, what do we know that makes them tick, right? If you're not doing your research and your homework on your audience, then you're just gonna give them products and services that they don't wanna buy. And then you gotta go back to the drawing board and figure it all out. So one real tangible strategy that I would have you guys do is really ask yourself a couple questions. So I got this from Gary Keller from Keller Williams. And he asks this particular question. When you're feeling stuck, you say to yourself, okay, what is the one thing that I have to do right now that makes everything else easy and or unnecessary? So it's like the big domino effect. If you can knock that big domino over, tackle that one big thing, what's gonna make your life easier tomorrow, right? And so I'll give you a quick example. I recently started using Sales Navigator on LinkedIn, right? It's a great resource. It's about $80 a month, but it helps me really dial in to the people that I want to serve. So I type in criteria, right? The Sales Navigator spits out all of these different leads, and then I will check all those people, check their profiles, and see if they're good fits for, say, my podcast. And I would reach out to them and say, hey, based on your profile, I think you would be a really great guest for my podcast. Right. Would you be interested in an interview? And we start the conversation there, right? So working on Sales Navigator for me is it's a high revenue generating, right, task or thing to do. So the other thing that I want you guys to pay attention to is really blocking out this time, right? We get distracted by phone calls and emails and social media. Like, how do we just like wrangle it all in? So what I do is I block time out on my calendar. So if it's not on my calendar, it doesn't get done. It doesn't get done. So I'm an early riser. I get up about 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm downstairs by 6:30. And from 6:30 to 9, like, I'm doing my studies. I'm doing my mindset work. I'm doing all those things that are gonna make the day awesome, right? Once 9 o'clock hits, my ass is off this couch and I'm in that office and I'm doing what else needs to be done, right? So there's hard beginnings and there's hard stops. And so I know people that actually set timers, right? Like 25 minutes, and as soon as the timer goes off, on to the next thing.
I honestly, in college, like, I did that in a sense. Like, I scheduled out everything I had to do, and like you said, if it wasn't on my schedule, I wasn't going to do it. And it helped me so much. And like you were saying before, taking out the unnecessary and doing the easy helps you so much. I ultimately became a better student. I almost became a 4.0 student because I, cherished my time, and I, like you said, picked out what the end task was. Like, what was my strategy to get to that task, which was the end goal.
Right.
So
right.
I kept making.
What's
like
the big deal that you have to take care of?
Exactly,
right?
and I think that's what ultimately made me a better student at the end.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. There's one thing that my mentor said to me when I was out in Santa Monica. Big shout out to Chris Doe. But he said to me, you don't want to do more stuff. You want to do less, but you want to do it better. And that really hit me. Because I said, we have tremendous amount of resources in my business. We have the Brand Yourself course. We have the group monthly coaching program. We have the one-on-one coaching, the Brand Accelerator program. And I'm just not leveraging those resources enough, right? And so I have everything laid out. I need to stop building the next big thing and focus on what I have and how do we make that awesome, right? And so it's not about doing more, it's about doing less, but better. So, I could sit here until tomorrow and share with you other ways to become more efficient. But if you just block out those tasks and have that mindset of what is the revenue generating tasks that I must get done that aligns with my big picture strategy, that's what I need to go in on, right? But you wouldn't jump in a car and drive cross country without typing in the GPS destination, would you? That's how most people run their business. And listen, I get fired up over this shit. But the point that I'm trying to make is I've done that,
Yeah.
It took me like 7 or 8 years to get a mentor,
Right.
right? So I went literally, I know a minimum of 5 years building my business, thinking that I was the shit. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. I know everything. I don't need to market. I'm busy. And then you hit that brick wall. And you're like, oh, now what do I do, right? And so I would highly encourage any of you guys to get that accountability partner. Find that mentor that's going to keep you accountable. Because I'll tell you one thing. When I was out in Santa Monica, he said, well, what are your goals for this year? And I said, I really would love to redo my Brand Yourself course. And he said, all right, what does that look like? And so we mapped out the plan to make that happen. So he said, by June 1st, you'll be launched, right? And I said, yeah. Now, you know me, I'm just the doer. And we launched last week, and it's May 16th. So it took me a month and a half or so to get it all together, but I was not distracted. I did everything I needed to do. So real quick, guys, plan it out. Make sure you have a map or a plan of action before you step foot into doing that. Too many people are jumping into businesses and opportunities, and then 2-3 weeks or months in, they're like, oh shit, what did I do? Right? So make sure you have a plan of attack before you go out there, right? Block that time out for the revenue generating tasks, right? And ask yourself, is this going to help me build or grow my business? Or whatever that end desired result is. And if the answer is no, what do? Can it? Right? It's all about subtracting, not adding. So do less, but whatever you're doing, do it better. And you are going to build a very, very powerful and robust business. And people are going to see that detail and they're going to be like, I'm going to go with them instead of them because they seem all over the place. You guys seem to have it together. So there you go, Simon. I hope you got some value out of this. And if anything at all, get out there today and start blocking out that time and start looking at your tasks and saying, I'm throwing this one out. This one makes no sense anymore. And only focus on the things that are going to help you drive and grow your business. So there you have it, guys. Another video in the books. Real quick, hit that subscribe button. Drop some comments below. And if you're looking for some more one-on-one help, there is a link in the description for an introductory consult. I invite you guys to go check that one out because that'll give you about 30-40 minutes with me to really get you some clarity that you're looking for and get you over some of those challenges. So have an amazing day, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one soon. Take care.